What's up, all you wannabe and soon-to-be kiters? It's John here with Kite the Bay, and in this video I talk about the #1 goal every beginner kiter has: how to ride upwind. Once you're capable of doing this, your world opens up immensely, as you are now able to get back to the part of the beach where you started. Right there, you can take off, go out in the water, and come right back. Whew. Riding upwind is the portal to next level riding, meaning you're ready to begin venturing to new spots, riding in surf, doing tricks, boosting big airs, and riding different kinds of boards. And no more walk of shames. A big concept to understand here is to feel the pull from the kite and point your board either away from it or towards it. So let's say the kite is pulling me in the direction towards the camera here, towards you. Because the kite wants to pull me downwind, pointing my board more towards the kite will cause me to ride downwind. Pointing the board more away from the kite will allow me to ride more upwind. It's also important to know that pointing too low downwind will cause me to slow down, and pointing too high upwind will also have the same slowing effect. Like steering a sailboat, there's a window or a zone of available courses that you can ride, but there's a limit on how high or low you can point before you start realizing your speed is diminishing. So when you're out there trying to ride upwind, pay close attention to your speed that'll be changing, and don't get too greedy trying to point too high into the wind. Now, before you can ride and perform these course changes, you'll have to already be able to get up and ride pretty comfortably at good planing speed. And it really helps to look out at the water in front of you rather than up at the kite to judge the course changes you're making. This will also help you to spot choppy waves you'll have to ride over without catching the front of your board and causing a wipeout. So check out the video and notice the course changes I make with my board while you see the direction that the kite is wanting to pull me in. I teach lessons in San Francisco and Baja, so if you're in the area, hit me up and come out for a session. And if you haven't already, give my channel a like and subscribe, and let me know what other videos you want to see next. And I'll see you on the water.
This activity can cause injury. This video is a reference for riders with at least intermediate experience to provide information to advance their skills and knowledge. If you are a beginner, you need to take a lesson before attempting to go out and try on your own. In order to ride upwind, you must be riding with good planing speed. You then have to turn and point your board more upwind and away from your kite. The kite always wants to pull you downwind, but by riding upwind, you turn and angle your board more away from your kite to resist its downwind pull. Riding downwind does not require as much speed, as you're able to ride the board in a more upright position, keeping the board flatter on the water. You're also allowing the kite to pull you downwind by pointing your board more towards the kite. Here I'm riding downwind towards the kite and standing pretty straight up on my feet, keeping the board pretty flat. As I turn the board to the left, pointing my board more away from the kite, you'll see me leaning back and edging the board on its heel edge, maintaining good speed, but at the same time being careful not to point too much upwind, because that will make me lose speed. Here, as I begin to go downwind, look at my body posture become more vertical, standing more straight up and down on the board and pointing my board more at the kite. As I roll back onto the heel edge of my board and point the board more upwind away from the kite, I'll initially feel my speed accelerate as the pressure increases heading away from the kite. When riding upwind, it's helpful to keep a nice, straight, stiff front leg and bend in your back leg. This allows you to put more weight on your back leg, keeping the nose of the board up. When you're riding downwind, you can straighten both legs a little more equal, but still keep a little more of a bent back leg. Try not to look at your kite, but instead look at the water ahead of you. This will help you ride over wave chop and swell without it knocking you off balance. Here you can see how I'm leaning back in a way that sprays more water out over the toe edge of my board. I'm also twisting or rotating my body to the right to hold a line that resists the kite's pull, taking me downwind. Once I start to ride downwind, you can see me straighten up, flatten the board, and take a more upright stance. For kite positioning, It's best to keep your kite at a 45-degree angle or lower to maintain good speed when riding upwind. Sheet the bar in and out as necessary to produce a consistent pull from the kite. You need the pull to be strong enough so that you can lean back against it and ride the board on its heel edge. You know you're going upwind when you look in the direction that you're going and don't see your kite. Instead, your kite is flying at about a 90-degree angle off of your board. So the key points to keep in mind are: 1, you need to ride with good planing speed. You need to have good kite flying control so you don't need to look at it the whole time, and keep your eyes on the water and waves ahead of you while you focus on your speed and balance. Secondly, you need to know your points of sail, or the direction that you're pointing your board. You can always use your kite as a reference. Pointing your board more at the kite is downwind, and pointing the board more away from your kite is upwind.